Hey, Russ Maines here from CRANIAL Media. You know, in my other life, other than being a musician, I'm an engineer. And as an engineer, I not only write a lot of technical papers, but I also read a lot of technical papers. And I can tell you from my experience, reading a lot of technical papers makes my brain full. And the reason why my brain gets so full is because folks don't write papers in plain English. They use what I call government-ese or official-ese language. And what happens is you end up, as a reader, putting that paper down and not thinking it's very important. And that's a horrible thing to do. So today I'm going to teach you for free, at least this lesson, how to write in plain English. Why do you want to write in plain English? Simple. Money. If you can deliver your point clearly to the people who make decisions on funding, chances are you'll actually get your funding, right? Well, not only that, but writing in plain English saves time. You wouldn't think so, but what would you rather read? A document that you actually understand or one that you don't understand? Well, that's right. So if you can write in plain English, that doesn't mean you have to suffer from technical rigor. You can be technically rigorous and also be talking to folks in plain English too at the same time. Also, when you write clearly and cleanly, you focus on the purpose of your paper, and that makes it relevant to the audience. So getting your message across and not wasting people's time is really important, especially if you're a decision maker or you're giving a briefing or delivering a report or a paper to a decision maker. It's important to get your point across and show the impact of your work. So let's start. Let's get right to the point right now. Okay, so I wanted to give you an example of what this actually means, this government-ese thing. And I came across this from usajobs.gov. All right, applicants who meet the requirements for and apply as a non-competitive eligible that meet minimal requirements and other requirements of this position will be given consideration as a non-competitive candidate and will be referred unless blocked by an individual with priority / preference. Now, that is a long-winded way of saying I'm not sure what a non-competitive eligible is, but if you're one of them, you can be blocked. Okay? So I would take a lot of this stuff out. So let me show you how I did just by crossing stuff out and trying to translate this into plain English. Hold on. Let me show you what I did. See what I did here. I basically scrubbed all the things where I said applicants. That means you. And then who meet the. I took that and I put our. And then requirements I shortened to needs. And then I took out, like, geez, all this stuff. Qualified, volunteer. So I found out, before I go any further, I found out a non-competitive person is a volunteer. Excuse me. It's a volunteer that has, I guess, some history and could do the job. All right. But I took all this out. Qualification, requirements of position, considered, blah, blah, blah. I took all that stuff out unless blocked by an individual with preference. So I took all the stuff out of it, and I basically tried to simplify what they were saying. You who meet our needs, see that? So you who meet our needs, volunteers, considered, or will be considered unless blocked by an individual with preference, okay, or that we prefer. So I want to rewrite this entire thing and make it a lot more clear, concise, and compelling. And that's the next. Okay, I'm going to give you a list of about 10 things you can do to make your work go a lot faster and make your reader actually enjoy your writing. And I call this PEP, how you can pep up your writing. So number one, put the most important stuff in the first sentence. Don't lead your draw your leader to make a conclusion. Tell them what the conclusion is, okay? Number two, remove jargon, like additive manufacturing. Just say printed. That's what it actually means these days anyhow. Just say that. It's a lot simpler. Number three, the shun of. You want to remove those and use active tenses instead. So what I mean is, instead of saying the action of or the manipulation of, just say manipulate or say observed. Okay? Take ownership of your work. It's okay to use the pronouns we, us, and our. And by doing that, you take ownership of your work. Then you want to take the active voice. You don't want to say it was observed that. Just say we saw. And that will shorten your sentence. So you want to also remove any needless words and any redundancies. So if you say something in a previous paragraph, you don't have to say it in another paragraph 3 paragraphs later. You already said it. Okay? That's why it's written language. Then you want to remove any glue words. Glue words are like if, was, I guess. I don't know. I can't remember all the glue words. Just Google them, and you'll figure that out. It makes it a lot cleaner and easier to read. Remove vagues. What I mean by vagues is component, system, and technology. Those kind of words no longer have any relevance. Just say part. Okay? Noun strings. My favorite is optically clear flat glass panel. That's like 5. That is a window. So just use the common word window. All right? So that's my about 10 or so top things you can do to make your writing go a lot faster. All right? On we go. Okay, so I wrote this back in plain English now, and basically what I've translated this to mean, all this stuff up here, cutting all this out down here, is that we'll refer volunteers who qualify and meet our needs, but union members whom we prefer may block you. Now, I found out by looking at what a competitive and a non-competitive employee is that a competitive employee is a union member, a non-competitive employee is a volunteer. But so rather than saying that, they just use these other words and you have no idea what they really mean, right? But now it says, we'll refer volunteers who qualify and meet our needs, but union members whom we prefer may block you. So that's just an example of writing in plain English. Well, okay, one of my favorite examples of writing in plain English is this Valentine's Day card that my wife gave me. I love you. You're so soft and chewy. Happy Valentine's Day. That's pretty clear, right? So what I'm saying is that the accuracy of the card and the style are not mutually exclusive. You get the point. And it's kind of cute, you know? So anyway, my wife summarizes by saying she couldn't resist giving me this card because I actually have a huge fear of sharks. So I got what this little thing meant right here. This finger gnawed off at the elbow. So let's go back live. So what I haven't told you is that everything that I've done so far comes right out of this book right here. William Strunk and E.B. White, The Elements of Style. If you don't remember this guy, he wrote Charlotte's Web. So he's been around for a while. Anyway, this Elements of Style book came out roughly in about 1959, and there have been a number of iterations on it. I think we're in the 4th edition right now, but pick this up. It makes a lot of sense. All the algorithms that you need to write things with more style are in here, and basically what I've done is given you the top 9 or 10 things to do. Okay? So thank you for joining me, and don't forget to get to the point every time you write. Thanks for joining me. Russ Maines from Cranial Media.